Welcome to Science 5, Quarter 1, Week 3 to 5. Hello everyone! I'm Teacher Verlet, your teacher in science. Are you ready to learn about science? Okay. Our lesson for this week is about changes in materials. In this lesson, you will investigate changes that happen in materials under the two conditions, which are the presence or lack of oxygen and application of heat. But before we start of this video lesson, here are virtual class rules. First, I want you to find a silent place where you are comfortable so that you can focus our lesson. Second, watch and listen carefully. Third, after our virtual lesson, you can ask questions to our group chat class. In the previous lesson, you discovered that properties of materials tell about their uses or importance, or whether they are useful or harmful. When these materials combine with other substances, they will undergo changes in their properties. I have here a pictures. What do you observe on the pictures? What do you think will happen to its properties after each process? Okay, let's find out what happened to the properties of each materials. There are two ways by which materials change. First, physical change. It happens when the materials change shape or size, but the substances or particles making up the materials are still the same. These changes are directly observed, like when you cut or slice an apple. There are changes in shape and size of an apple, but the material is still the same. Aside from cutting, there are also other processes that cause changes in the materials. These include bending, dissolving, freezing, boiling, shredding, and melting. The breaking of glass into pieces is also an example of physical change. Change in the state of matter from solid to liquid or from liquid to gas. These are the examples of physical change. We have here an example: breaking glass, mixing candies, shredding paper, folding paper, melting ice, chopping wood, cutting hair, dry ice sublimation, boiling water, and breaking eggs. Another ways by which materials change is the chemical change. Observe the picture below that shows the cut apple. What did you observe in its color after cutting the apple and exposing it to oxygen after a few minutes? If you observe that it changes from whitish to brownish color, then it undergoes chemical change. The presence or absence of oxygen causes in materials. This turns apple into brown color. There are substances in an apple that combines with oxygen and causes the browning of apple. Another example of chemical change. The nail, the color of it is silver before it exposed in water. But after it exposed in water, the color of the nails became brown or became rust. Rusting occurs when the surface of the metals or its alloys, such as steel, will corrode in the presence of water. Water is a compound that is made of oxygen and hydrogen. The presence of oxygen causes rusting of iron. Burning, cooking, rusting, and rotting is an example also of chemical change. Cooking and burning involves the application of heat. New substance and different properties or products are formed. If the chemical change exists, meaning to say there is another substance or product to form. Materials undergo chemical change also when the heat is applied. Here are the examples of chemical change: burning wood, rotting fruit, baking a cake, rusting metal, using a battery, digestion, storing milk, exploding fireworks, cooking an egg, and photosynthesis. Now, let's have an activity. Identify what type of changes that happen in materials. Write PC if it is physical change, and CC for chemical change. Number 1. Rusting metal. Number 2. Boiling water. Number 3. Burning wood. Number 4. Rotting fruit. 5. Melting ice. 6. Breaking glass. Let us check your answers if it is correct. Number 1. Rusting metal. Is it physical change or chemical change? Chemical change. Number 2. Boiling water is a physical change. Number 3. Burning wood is a chemical change. Number 4. Rotting fruit is a chemical change. Number 5. Melting ice is a physical change. And breaking glass is a physical change. If your answers are like this, very good, class. Remember, class, that there are two ways by which materials change, and it's called physical change and chemical change. Physical change happens when the materials change shape or size, but the substance or particles making up the materials are still the same. These include bending, dissolving, freezing, boiling, shredding, breaking the glass, and melting. Change in the state of matter from solid to liquid or from liquid to gas. In chemical change, the presence or absence of oxygen, and when the heat applied, it causes changes in the materials. Burning, cooking, rusting, and rotting is an example of chemical change. In chemical change, there is a new substance and different properties or products are formed. Thank you for watching of this video lesson. I hope you enjoy and learn about our lessons. Goodbye. See you next time.